today is the final home game of the season for one team. It is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer. These teams might have to brave the elements in this one. Isn't that right, Holly Rowe?
This is a bright and beautiful day, but I can tell you the temperature is chilly. Not always used to these kind of temperatures here. They are ready to have some heaters on the sideline. I see players trying to warm their hands. Particularly important for the wide receivers. They do have gloves on, and the quarterbacks trying to keep their hands warm. We'll see how it impacts the passing game here today. Back to you.
Keep that super Doppler cranked up there, Holly. We'll look forward to it. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. There he goes. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense set on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles. That was really the thing, his contact balance and his ability to somehow stay on his feet on those outside zone play.
Snags it, and there's running room. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And the one thing the D coordinator really harped on this week was tackling the catch. They knew this guy was going to get his touches, but they had to get him down and limit the yards after catch.
Here's a little room there. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. In the red area, it's Hardy. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the left side, it's Hardy. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved the touchdown at least for now.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
They'll give it to Hardy. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it with Hardy. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Tigers.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And they tacked on the extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Oklahoma's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him. Mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Mateer. It's complete to the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. He's got it on the right. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll keep it on the ground. Might have a chance. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. They'll try the right side with Hardy. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. He has 89 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll try it over the left side. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Robinson. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Fires to the tight end. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. And the Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run the option. The pitch. There's some room. And he's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the first down. The Sooners are flying down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And that one's incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. They'll line up for a second down play. Here's Simmons to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Shakes a man, and he might take off. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. First play of the period, first down here. To throw, it's Simmons. Setting up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The unproductive first down completion now brings up second and long. He wants to change this route. Simmons. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. On target over the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The run inside. It's Hardy.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Second down, he'll throw it. Safe completion on the screen. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. With the catch, it's Harris. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Sooners. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Throwing Simmons. Got a man, it's Lee. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. Oh, they're after him. They've got the screen set up. Oh, he's got some space. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. And the Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Run in the red zone, it's Roberts. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. Here's Hardy. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Just going to keep it after the snap. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Now on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the RPO, complete. Could not make his way to the corner. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable.
Breaks free. The 20, the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Number 29, set to kick off.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Here's Simmons to throw. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Tigers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Finds his big tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lee. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Grabs it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. On to attempt the try. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline and be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. They'll run out of the gun here with Robinson. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. He lofts one down the sideline. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
14. Number 19.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Checking in with Coach Venables at the half. His message to the team was one of resilience. Guys, they are down big right now, but he believes his team has what it takes to come back. They've shown they can do it different times this season, and he said this is no different. We are a team that never quits, but I need to see that fire and that urgency starting right now on this drive to start the 3rd quarter.
Holly, thank you. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Finds his tight end. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Running through contact. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And the Sooners hit it quickly to the line.
Man, we're watching a quarterback duel here. Both of these guys are absolutely slinging it every time they're on the field. Now it's this guy's turn, and he's taking advantage of the opportunities. This defense has not had an answer for him.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Oklahoma! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And there's more of an art to this than you know. Like, to stick the ball in the belly of the running back and read a defender perfectly. They bite on the running back. QB makes the right read in Palmer. It's nice to have those wheels to go all the way down the field and punch it in for 6.
Yeah, David, this is a coaching staff that wants him to run the football. And sometimes it's going to be designed runs. Sometimes it's going to be scrambles in the passing game. But the RPO is another way that he can hurt your defense with that speed you're talking about. Great decision to keep it. Nice job taking it all the way to the house.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Simmons fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to pass. It's Burns. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early. It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Quarterback decides, let's think this 4th down play over, and he calls a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Austin Simmons firing again. Throws to the wideout. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Snags it quickly on the left.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last.
Snags it, and he's open. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Here's a give to Robinson. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Here's the pressure. He can't make the catch. He was open on the crossing route, and instead they're facing a 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And the try is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Lee. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Here's Simmons to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Hardy. He's inside the 15. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. Running the red zone, it's Roberts. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tiger! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he's coming out of the end zone. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up.
And they drop him for a loss, but there are penalty markers on the field. Let's check out the call. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They're working that left side. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Handoff to Xavier. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Under fire. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Here's the heat. He unleashes a long one. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Tigers sideline, the guys on the sideline are really talking about what's at stake right now. We know these 2 top 15 teams have an opportunity to get to the college football playoff late in the season, but right now is their opportunity to make some noise. Everybody's amped up, a lot of excitement and momentum. We'll see if they're able to finish out this game strong. I'll keep you posted on how they're doing down here on the field. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Complete out of the backfield. There he goes. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The short hands, it's Sategna. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Here we go, ready. 1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
They'll run play action. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Buys a little extra time. Trying to make magic with his feet. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. The Sooners come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Sooners will have it 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Sategna. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this.